Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with JG. This is our second episode here in our Spartanburg studios. We're so excited. This is a show where we talk food and we talk family. We talk people that we know. You see them on TV doing their dishes, but we want to know a little bit more about them. We have our studio audience standing by, beautiful group of ladies here for Cooking with JG. We love it when the audience is all ladies, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. They're gonna get to taste some of the food. They're gonna get to ask some of the questions for our guests of the hour. Okay, so we're so excited to have this man, Chef Mark Pollard, in the kitchen. You've seen him on Studio 62 where he helped build that brand, and he does demos all over the place. You're with Ferguson.
I am. I'm with Ferguson Kitchen Lighting and Bath. And
it's a long title, but that means you guys just know a lot about everything.
That means I got it going on.
They got it going on.
If you're building, if you're remodeling, you come see me. If you're building or remodeling, you come see me. And that pretty much answers that.
That showroom is incredible as well. We have some video because people don't understand. We have this relationship that goes back.
Way back.
And we've had a lot of fun in this kitchen, in costume, for Halloween shows.
Oh my gosh, yes,
for
we've done that.
Backyard picnics, all types of things.
I love that face right there.
Downtown Greenville for Fall for Greenville, all types of things.
Yeah.
So we have a great rapport on here.
There is not much we haven't done. We have been bananas, we've been carrots, we've been superheroes. I can't think of anything we haven't done.
You are the peas to my carrots. So I'm so excited to have you in the kitchen
that makes
here.
me want to cry.
I know. It
I
makes
feel
you
so
cry.
much better.
But
there we are dancing. Oh yes.
Our audience is laughing because it is just hilarious to see us all in the kitchen doing that stuff. But you're at Ferguson now, you're doing the thing. So we wanted to bring you in because people are always loving your recipes. You always make them approachable and easy for folks. So I want to start back at the very beginning. Let's talk about family, mostly just because I want to show some pictures of the Chunk Man as a baby.
Chunk Man.
Let's take a look at some of his pictures as a kid.
I am ready. Oh, there I am. See, that's what a little gel in your hair can do for you. That's when I got really mad when my children were making bad grades. I couldn't stand it. That's when I was calling my wife Linda on the phone saying, "Hey, hon,
what's up?"
And I was going to an Elvis race, and I challenged one of my clients back when I was a personal trainer. There I am. I'm just. Well, what?
You look like a young. What singer is that? Help me, ladies.
That too.
The young rock star, Michael. What's his name? He just recently passed away.
No, Michael Jackson.
George Michael.
George Michael?
He looks like a young George Michael.
Careless whispers. There, sorry, that's as far as I can go.
And we always call you the culinary Elvis, but you
there
obviously love.
It was live right before your very face.
Did you have a love for food at a young age?
My entire life. I am number 6 out of 7 children. And so my mom had the first 5 real fast. And when she gave birth to the 5th one, she realized she'd given birth to the spawn of Satan. And so she waited about 7 years, and then she had a little angel in me. And so she thought it was safe. So I have a sister who's 3 years younger that's really the bride of Frankenstein. And that's when she said, that's enough. But everybody cooked. You pretty much had to with that many people in the family. And then we grew up in the restaurant business. Starting in the 60s, my parents were in the restaurant business forever. So that's what I did. That's what we all did. Went to Clemson, culinary school, did all these things. Kind of went a different direction, as you saw, for a little while.
Yeah, because he did the sports thing. And
I was a personal trainer and martial arts instructor. I've been a DJ. Oh, I can get down with the big sound coming to
He
you
can
live
spin it up in here for us.
I can make it happen. I've done some crazy things in my life. I've done some television with my friend
Just
here.
a little bit of television.
But years ago, when I got out of my personal training business, after many injuries and lots of things, they said, "Little fella, put your chef whites back on." I got into the appliance world, and I was a demo chef for Thermador appliances for a long time, and loved it, and loved selling and helping people really design their kitchen. So I did a lot of that.
And you helped us with this kitchen too.
Yeah, I did.
He's the only one that knows how anything works in here. We're always calling him in the middle of the show.
You would call me in the middle of the show saying, "This thing's locked.
How does the stove work again?"
Go back on. So that's really. I was a culinary director for a cooking school, Charleston Cooks, and then Ferguson came calling. They said, "Hey, bud, you're really pushing a lot of appliances here, and as much as the folks that work here, so why don't you get back into this business?"
And you're such a good guy.
And I loved it, and have loved it ever since, and it's fun for me because I still get to cook, I still get to do events, and I get to do demos and things like that, so people can see when they come to our showroom what really works.
Yeah, because they know, I mean, it's different for someone to sell something to you that they have never used.
Right.
But they know if Mark Pollard can make a good meal on it, then it actually is going to work.
And so I'll tell people, hey, have you done this and this yet? Well, I didn't know it worked. So certain things and certain packages they buy, what I'll do is I'll give them 2 or 3 weeks to play around with it, and then I'll go out and cook for them.
And then you show how it actually should
And then they're
work.
like, look at that.
Yeah.
That is like so cool. I said, I
Who knew
told
it
you
did
it really
that?
turns on. So it's really a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of different people and do different things. And I am so blessed to work with the team that I work with. I mean, from our management team at Ferguson through all the folks I work with in the showroom to the folks that work in the warehouse. It is a great experience.
It's a great team. You guys are located right off of Woodruff Road on the
575.
good side of the Woodruff Road.
Before it gets cray.
So we'll tell you guys how. We'll be sure to post how you can get in touch with them as well. And stick around for later because we're going to be doing telling a story that involves a kangaroo and Mark Pollard. I'm just going to set it up that way.
Story. He's heard the story before, but he didn't know it really existed.
But I didn't know that there were actually pictures to it. So we'll be talking about that.
Okay.
But first, we're going to get to cooking. What are we making here?
Now, as you know, when I come here, I always try to throw down to the big sound, and I try to get a little crazy with you. So I'm always going crazy, and you would do a lot of shows, and I'd be over here like sizzling stuff, and he'd be over there like, could you shut up just a minute?
What are you doing over there?
So I'm always doing something. So now I'm moving to Greenville. You know, I'm from the Holy Land of Clemson, and I've moved here, and we're building a home, and so I want to get myself back in shape. I don't exactly have to look like I'm back in my Elvis suit, but close. I want to be in the before Elvis suit, not the after Elvis suit.
Or as Mark Pollard says, he wants to be half of the man that he used to be.
That's right. I want to make little of myself so I can make more of myself. So what I'm doing is a couple things. I'm trying to eat healthier. I want to encourage others to try to eat healthier because you
want to be around for your family.
And it's good.
Right.
There are certain things, and I think this is where people get, they have problems with it. They think, oh, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to eat different things. That's not going to taste very good. You want to make your food taste like, okay, there is no way that's healthy. There's no way that's good for me. Exactly. That's what you want to be able to say.
You want it to be that good.
So the other thing I thought about is, let's think. Now, today, it's about 500,000 degrees. As the week goes on, it's going to be 1 million, and my shadow's going to explode. I mean, it's going to be that hot outside. So what we want to do are have some things that you can prepare and have plenty of and say, you know what, tonight I'm just going to have a watermelon gazpacho, or tonight I'm just going to do this, or I'm going to do that.
I would never say that. I would say Mark Pollard is bringing a watermelon gazpacho.
Mark Pollard's bringing over some food for me. So that's what we wanted to do with what we're making today.
Okay.
Things that are lighter, things that are fresher, things that are cooler, and
you feel good when you eat it. You're not going to be bogged down.
Don't want to be bogged down. Now,
the gazpacho.
The first rule of food, as we told our wonderful contestants and visitors today, if you don't like it, wait 3 days until I forget.
Don't ever say it to his face.
I will turn it. It'll be a whirling vortex of horror, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do, gazpacho. When we think of gazpacho, we normally think of tomatoes. That's typically what you'll see, although there are some green gazpachos that you'll use with avocados, with tomatillos, which are delicious, give you just a little bit of a peppery flavor.
Little punch,
little yum. So what we did is we said to ourselves, and we said, what? I think we'll try it a little bit differently. And this was a recipe I came up with a few years ago. It's called an icy watermelon gazpacho.
I like that, especially when it's hot outside.
It's really nice. And then we'll put a few of the shrimp on top of it.
Carolina shrimp.
That way. These are Carolina whites. I mean, these are from the coast, so they're really, really nice. They drove up here today, and I caught them right out of the Reedy River as they were driving up. It's really good. So anyway, no, they're beautiful shrimp, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you want to cook those shrimp.
Because I'm notorious for overcooking
No,
shrimp.
we do not want to have pencil erasers. That's not what we're going for here. So let's get started. All right, what I did first is I brought a big bowl. I've got a watermelon that I already cut up. Now, this does not have to be the pretty watermelon as far as when you cut it. We just want it to just get all that beautiful pulp out of there, out of the watermelon, and have it ready to go. Now, I would suggest that you keep it cold prior to doing anything with it, because that's what I did, get it nice and cold. Because gazpacho is thought of as a very cool soup, and that's what it is. It's a cold soup, and it should be very yummified. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what we want to do is we're going to blend this little fella up a little bit, and y'all have to pardon me because I still talk like my mother. Everybody's a little fella.
A little fella.
Yeah, unless you're in trouble, then you're Buster Brown or Sister Susie. And if you heard that, run.
You don't want to be Buster Brown or Sister Susie.
That's right. If you're one of those, it ain't going to be good.
It ain't gonna be good.
I can promise you.
So you can use any blender or
any kind of blender. Now we've got your special JG blender.
The Vitamix.
Here. That's right. That only JG's allowed to use.
I didn't know what a Vitamix was until apparently it's the big thing. Do you have
it?
Grab the microphone over there. You use the Vitamix?
No, I saw the Vitamix Being used at Costco.
Yeah.
And almost passed out.
It'll
that
change
impressive,
your life.
huh?
It'll change your life.
life. It changed
Yeah.
my life, my kids' life, my
It's
husband's life.
incredible. Y'all, I'm going to use my hands, but I'm clean. As far as you know, I did clean
We're all a
today.
good family here, so that's why we trust each other.
We heard them run the water.
Yeah.
I have to tell y'all, I was doing a TV show one Saturday morning, and I am notorious for keeping my hands ridiculously clean. Like, that's why a lot of times I have no skin on my fingers. But I had my watch on in an article that was written about me, and I came out of the studio, and I got mad at first. Somebody had written on and said, "Nasty, you're being nasty." And then it was one of my friends who was one of the camera people saying, "Oh, I was just kidding you. I was just kidding you." So.
But a lesson learned.
We don't know where that
attention.
person is anymore.
They disappeared.
We took care of it. Okay, so we're going to have to do this a little bit at a time. If you want to put that on here while I rinse off real quick.
But now let's see if I actually know how to do this. Is this how it goes?
Don't
Chef?
turn it on.
Is that how it goes? Like this? It's like
Oh
that?
my gosh. Yes, just like that was beautiful. You
like-
really did that like a pro.
I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, now put the top on.
Got to put the top on. Do I clamp it? Or is
Clamp
it.
it. Please clamp it.
Clamp it?
Unless you want them to be wearing a watermelon perfume
I think it's
known
on
as
there.
eau de
Is it on there?
melon. All right, so now we're on there. Now let's set a speed. Give it a little speed.
Little
And now
speed.
We can just hold this one down. Keep going.
What are we looking for here? What
We're
type of...
trying to get this all to blend. Now, it's because there's a lot in here, I'm going to push it down just a little bit. And we'll
You don't need to just do it
yeah.
like that. These are chef tricks. How many
Yeah.
people over there
Yeah,
have
go
actually
ahead.
made a gazpacho before? Anybody? Like, we can't hear you.
You said go what?
Have you made a gazpacho before? No?
I've made a good mess before. That
Do you
turned out
wanna
to
make
taste
one?
good. Yes, I do.
You should want to. Check and see. I'll keep doing this. If you want to check and see if there's a plunger up there, I think I left you one, but if not, then I'll keep talking to them.
What is a plunge? Like
It's a little black
a
piece
real
that's
plunger?
If you will, yeah. Because if I put my hand in there, it'll be awful.
Let's see what we got in here.
Do you see it?
I don't see a plunger in here.
Why not? What did you do with it?
It's gone.
You know, I let him hang out with me, and this is what he does.
There we go.
There we go. See, that works. Ah! Not really.
Now we're cooking with grease.
Now we are cooking with grease.
But I was asking if anyone had made a gazpacho before.
Okay.
No,
And
I
did
haven't
anybody
made
answer that?
Have
No,
not?
I have not, but I've made a pretty good mess before that tastes really well.
You know, and that's all it takes. Let me tell you a little
That's
something.
usually how all of us work.
In my opinion, about cooking. Relax. It's food. There are no food police. You may think there are. You may go to some restaurants where you think, oh, I better not even touch the Relax. Food is all about fun. Food is all about family.
If you're not having fun, it's not going to work out.
That's
is it?
right. I mean, what do we use food for? Well, we want to eat.
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Everyone coming around the table.
Consolation. Let's say that your team didn't win. Oh, that's right. My team won a lot last year. So I don't have to
National
worry about
champions.
that.
We get it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry. Hope I didn't offend anybody. I hope I did. But so we use it for everything possible under the sun. And so why not enjoy it a little bit? I mean, there are times we're more formal than others. Yes, we do realize that. I was trying not to use my fingers because I could tell you were mad at me. I could tell. And you haven't even talked to me yet. And I don't know why. After all we've been through. You see, this isn't just an adventure, it's a journey.
It is a journey for sure.
But so what we want to do is find things that are enjoyable and things that are tasty and do things outside your own little wheelhouse. Don't be afraid to try different things. And so what happens if it didn't work out?
You serve it anyway.
You serve it anyway, and you tell them to get
And then
over it because they didn't help you make it.
Right.
So, now what I bought here was a nice seedless watermelon that has some seeds in it. Yeah, how's that work? Yeah. And how do you ask a seed not to be in a watermelon? I mean, somebody please help me there.
Exactly. You see that in the grocery store all the time. You're like, I don't know how that works. So how much does this make? Like, is this like a whole watermelon that you use?
This is a whole one. Yeah, this is a whole one. And so what I did was I just cut up all the pulp and put it together. Although I did save a little bit, and we'll show you why in just a second.
Uh-oh.
See, now this one's being nicer.
Working way better than the first one did.
That first one.
That thing's got some power.
That's
Vitamix,
that's
why
like
it's the
a
Vitamix,
right
huh?
there. That's pretty crazy. That almost hurt my feelings. It worked so well. So we got a little bit more. Ooh, it went from red to pink. How lovely.
It's a beautiful color.
I think it's lovely.
Summery color.
Do you think it's lovely?
It looks lovely.
Do y'all think it's lovely?
They're like,
Good
ooh.
answer. I have to tell y'all, back at Ferguson, everybody was like, "Are you bringing any of this back?" I said, "No."
No.
Unless
so
you're my
everyone
boss,
gets
then
to
yes.
eat. Hopefully no one's allergic
That's
to
right.
watermelon or something.
I told my boss Heather, and you haven't met Heather.
I haven't met
We
Heather,
have
I
a
don't
new
think.
showroom manager, and her name is Heather Froelich, and she is a lovely young lady from Charleston, and is doing a great job. We love working with her.
Well,
I think I
she's
just
from
insured
Charleston.
my
She's
job
good
for
people.
another
Yeah.
day.
And she's from Charleston. She's good people.
And then we have our branch manager. His name is Scott, and he has a lovely little daughter named Holland. And we don't really like him, but we love his daughter. So, all right. So this is the last of our little watermelon. Just set our little speed a little bit.
And bam.
Pretty much.
Who knew we had this Vitamix that did all that?
Who knew?
Who knew we had that?
It pulverizes seeds.
Okay.
What's
now,
that?
It pulverizes seeds.
It kills everything.
I mean, but
The seeds
it's
are
like
gone.
nothing. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
that's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, if you've never used a Vitamix, I do strongly recommend, if you enjoy cooking, to go out and get one today.
This is not brought to you by Vitamix. It's just,
No, it's not. It's not.
it's just
really,
it's
really
a good product, right?
Yeah, it really is. I can tell you about another one because I sell that one. But all right, so there. Now we've got all of our loveliness there.
All the loveliness is in
So
there.
all the watermelon's done. So is that it? Are we done?
It can't be.
We can't be. Why, no. Now we have to add the deliciousness. So what we've done is we've done several different vegetables. And if you've made a gazpacho before, this is what you do. I've got a combination of the stoplight peppers, a red, yellow, and green pepper in here. I've got a little bit of jalapeno just to give it some something. Not too much though, because here's the rules, and Jamarcus knows this. My wife, who is my princess, hey darling.
Linda Pollard.
Linda Pollard, if I make it too hot, trust me, I will pay the price. And I'm a smart husband because I start every day by I love you and I'm sorry. So just go ahead and
Just
get
to get
those
it out of
going,
the way.
Get that going, and we're all good to go. So what I've done is I put a little bit of jalapeno in here. I've got some nice red onion. Now red onion can typically be it can get a little funky on you, as far as it can get a little strong. If that bothers you, get over it. No, if that bothers you, try something like scallions. Scallions are really nice, or green onions, or you know those onions, those weeds that grow in your yard? Don't eat those. But
So you had them going. They're
get-
like,
I know, it was
oh,
all-
maybe we can
it was
get
all
rid of
going
those
well.
pesky
So
weeds.
we're going to add some of that. But first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit, and I don't know if we're going to be able to show this, but I'm going to do it
We're going to do
anyway.
our best.
Yeah. Talking just a quick moment about knives and everything. And as Jamarcus knows, I was a culinary instructor. A culinary director, and knives are very, very important. So be sure you're safe with your knife. Pinch your knife between your thumb and your forefinger, because if we were going to dice up this onion, what I would do is I want to hold my knife like this. I don't want to hold it back here because it's going to pop out of my hand. So hold
We
it
don't
up
want
tight
that.
like that.
I don't want that.
So it'll be close. You come see me at Ferguson. I'll show you how to do that. So now what I've done, I've got a half of an onion, and I'm going to cut it right behind here so y'all can't see it. How's that working? No, that would be mean.
That
I
would be
wouldn't
really
do
mean,
that.
Mark
I
Pollard.
really wouldn't. So we'll move that over there. And just real quickly, what I want to do, I won't do this very long, is I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to cut along the little lines that are here. The lines are kind of like your little path to deliciousness. If you follow the lines, you'll be fine. For most of your cutting or slicing, you're going to be going down and forward, down and forward, down and forward, down and forward. Oh, look at that. She's got my hand on. That's so
Wow.
cool. That Tammy, I wish I could be her. So down and forward, down and forward. So that's what you want to do, okay? So what I'm going to do is I've got this cut in half. I'm going to make a claw with this hand, tuck my thumb in, because we don't want Thumbelina to get hurt. Then I say bad words
Thumbelina?
like mud and things like that. So here's what we're going to do. Just going to slice. We don't want to slice all the way through. We want to keep the root intact, because the root will hold all of the onion in place.
That's really pretty right there. It's
Isn't
really
that
pretty.
cool? Or y'all think I'm really cool when I do
That's
this?
real nice.
So now we got it all cut all the way around. Make your claw again. And typically, this is a big onion, so I'm going to have to kind of go up on it a little bit. I want to hold this all together and just cut one time. Now notice I didn't cut through it the second time. I just cut one time, and see, I get little perfect dice every single time when I do that.
So now
and
we
I didn't
know,
cut
right?
all the way through. And that also keeps you from crying. How was my cry? It kind of turned me on.
This is why I love him.
here's
He's
the-
great.
Here's the thing. If you do it that way, you won't cry. I mean, it will work every time. And then just cut it all the way down, just like that, just like I did that first cut, just nice, just down and forward, and always down and forward. Go forward with, that'll cut through, and you got a perfect little dice each time. When you get down to the root, if you enjoy cooking, save this, put it in a plastic Ziploc bag or something like that in the freezer, and you can make your stock with it. You can make like a chicken stock or beef stock or vegetable stock or stuff like that. And come see me and I'll tell you about that.
That's the stuff you only get with cooking with JG.
That's the stuff that you do. That's and see, this is what he does. He does it all night long.
I do.
He's making stocks 24 hours a day. I've never seen anything.
With the onion roots.
So there you go. His real name is Jamarcus Gastock.
Gastock.
All right, so that just a little nice skill on that.
And that's some good clean learning right there. I like that.
That is. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So anyway, let's go back to our watermelon, and now back to our story. So we've got that. We've got all this nice vegetable stuff. We'll call it stuff now.
Stuff. What is that okay?
Stuff.
So we're just going to marry that together?
We're just going to marry this together.
And some people may be thinking, oh, the sweet and the peppers, I don't know.
Oh no, that's what you want. So we're gonna add that. And typical, what you'll see in most all gazpachos, you will see these particular vegetables. We're also going to look at a little bit of cucumber.
Okay, a
do
little
we want to
cute.
use all this? What do you think?
Yeah, let's
Do you
use
like
it.
cucumber?
I love cucumber.
Y'all like cucumber?
And it's that good, cool,
Oh my gosh,
veggie.
I love cucumber.
Is a cucumber's a veggie or a fruit?
It is a veggie.
It's a veggie,
But
okay.
we'll talk about something that's actually a fruit here in a minute.
I have a question about the peppers.
Yes, don't be afraid. Beep, waited too long, sorry.
Is there a way to like alleviate the peppers in the recipe and maybe substitute them for something else?
Here's the thing about gazpacho. Yes. Will it be a genuine gazpacho? Not really, but it's what you want, and it will be tasty. If you want to do more onion, if you would rather do zucchini, if you would rather do squash, other squashes of some type, perfect. Go ahead. I don't think I'd put any mushrooms in there. Might be a little funky.
That could be a funky.
But get you some color going in there. If you don't want to use peppers, it's whatever you like. So yes,
They tell you
can
to
do
eat
other
the
things.
rainbow, I guess, right?
Eat the rainbow. Eat the rainbow.
Well, that's a good question though, because some people just may have this thing with peppers, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So she said it.
I bet you're scared of clowns too. Are you scared of clowns?
No, clowns better be afraid of me.
I do love you. It's okay. You're back in it. Okay. Anybody not like celery? Good answer. You good with it? Let's have some celery.
A little celery.
Celery is a beautiful thing. Gives you a nice little crunch. I'm one of the kind of people. Now, my sister-in-law, who I love dearly, does not particularly care for celery. She doesn't even like the way it smells. I love the way it smells. I think celery is just one of the most beautiful things. I usually wash my hair with one every day.
Right.
And brush my teeth. It's really good. Yeah, cry.
Right.
So we're going to stir this around. You want to be in charge of stirring?
Yeah, I'm going to do
You want to take
this.
that over there and stir? So maybe
you're going to
Tammy
let me
can
move
get
it? Oh, God.
Yeah. If you spill it, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Okay.
There. I'm going to let go of the spoon,
Okay,
or the spoonula. All right. While he is stirring, enough about him. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
So
this
how
is
you
still
doing?
part of the gazpacho
That's
that
part
you're
of it. We're
doing
going to
over
add a
there?
little bit of lime to it to give it some citrus and to give it just a little bit of a summery feel to it. Lemon is good too if you rather have lemon, but lime just it's almost like a palate cleanser. And I think lime just frees everything up a little bit. So we're going to squeeze that in there.
Look at that little contraption. How many people have one of those in their kitchens?
Everybody needs.
I know,
everybody
we need
needs
one,
3 or
right?
4.
If this were Oprah, I'd be like, everyone gets one. Look under your chair.
And you get a squeezer, and you get a squeezer. So it's just awesome stuff. So let's squeeze a little more lime in there.
And it smells so fresh. I can't wait for you guys to taste this.
Did anybody see this on social media recently? Somebody had a picture of a coconut cut in half, and there was a lime in the middle, and they said, "Okay, now what? You know, put the lime in the coconut
and mix it all, shake it all up."
And I was like, "That's pretty cool." Why didn't I say that? I don't know. Okay, we're going to add just a little bit more because I want to, but you don't have to. Here's the other thing. This is not an exact science. I know that's
A little bit in
but
my eye.
I don't care.
A little bit in my eye. It's okay.
It's only because I care about you. You've got to make it the way you want to make it. So we've got all that in there.
What is this you're going to add?
Now we're going to add just a little bit of sherry vinegar.
And what does that do?
It gives it a little more acid and just a little different flavor. So keep stirring that up.
My arm muscles are going to be real good.
Now,
Forearms.
y'all, come on. Y'all know where we live. Where do we live? We live in the South.
We live in the South.
So what do you put on your watermelon?
Salt.
Salt, baby. No, we're not getting cray, but we're gonna put a little bit on there.
How many people had never heard of salt on watermelon? Like some people, I mentioned that to them, and they're just like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, really, I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to hear
They
it.
can't be from the South if they don't know about.
They can't be from anywhere.
They definitely can't be from the South if they don't know salt on watermelon.
Right? That's all we did as kids.
There, a little bit of pepper. Now give that a nice little stir. And now, some delicious mint. How's that looking?
It's looking good, and it's smelling good too. I
All
can
right, here's
smell
what we're
it.
going to do, because we got to see how it's going. So JG and I got us some little spoons up here. Just get a little tasty and see what we're doing here.
A little tasty taste. I think my stirring skills were really what did it.
Dude, that's pretty happening.
Is it happening?
Here, have a little happening.
I don't want to lose my spoon.
See what we need. Might need a little more salty walty.
Yeah, I think it was good until Jamarcus
What do you
touched
think?
it and it made it great.
Is that? Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
I was like, where is she going with this?
Oh, Jamarcus,
I was like, did I just
35,
oh, you're so
3.
sweet.
That's
Thank
how
Jamarcus
it
is what brings it. That's why you love
What'd you
being with
think of
him
that?
so much.
This is really great.
Think a little salt?
I love the audience as well.
Oh yeah. See, there you go. See,
And maybe
I
a
see
little
how it
salt.
is.
Yeah, you're right. I think a little salt will.
We're going to add just a tad more.
Give it a little more
And I like to
tang.
use, as JG knows, I like to use a kosher salt. Do you know the difference between kosher and sea salt?
No.
I don't.
But I love kosher salt.
Very good.
I like
One is blessed, so it costs less. It's the exact same thing. It's a flaked salt. So unless you're doing like a Himalayan or a Maldon or some of the flavored sea salts, basically it's about the same thing. So just use it because I said so. So put a little more pepper in
So
it
do you have
because
stock?
we
You
can.
have stock in kosher salt?
I could now. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to give it just a little more sherry vinegar in
More
here
sherry vinegar.
because we want to. Okay, now give that a little stir.
A little whirl.
I'm going to rinse my spoon off. Y'all are family. I would normally just eat in it, but I'm trying to actually look like I'm not freaking people out. Oh my gosh, he double dipped. Like George Costanza.
Because you know someone will definitely check that out and
That's
say,
right. Hi.
hey.
Hi,
you're
he's
doing
being
that
nasty. He's
wrong.
wearing that watch.
Don't you know Grandma raised you up on a double dip spoon?
That's right. I mean, yeah.
Very
Grandma
true.
never picked
All right,
up
G.
another spoon.
I'm gonna-
She
Right?
used the same
She just
spoon
used the
and
same one.
tasted.
Try
You
it
didn't
again.
argue, did you?
I think, here, let me give you another
You
spoon.
even try it again?
I just did.
Oh, I need. Thank you.
I rinsed my spoon off. Tell me what you think.
That took
How's
it
that?
to the next level.
Are we where we need to be?
Yes.
Okay. So with that,
That was good.
we're where we need to be, but no, we're really not.
The mint.
Mint. Did you say ooh for good or ooh for bad? I was getting a little sad.
Oh, I was like, who doesn't like mint? I guess we should ask people what their dietary restrictions are, right? We just say everybody's going to eat whatever we
See,
make.
the first rule in here, in this kitchen, is obey all rules. The second rule is don't write on the walls, because it's hard to get writing off the walls.
Don't write on the brick, please. That'd be bad.
I'm sorry, I had to quote Barney Fife for just a second, but other than that. Now, we're going to chop this a little bit, just a coarse chop, and when I coarse chop, put my hand over the knife like this, and now I'm just pushing forward like that, and just turn it around, just a quick coarse chop. Makes you look really fancy. People watch you on TV, they're like, ooh, look at him.
You guys are going to go home and have some incredible knife skills. Everyone's going to say, what are they doing?
I know I've told the story with him a bunch of times because he was here, but years ago, once I was on the show and we were like 20 seconds before going on and I was trying to get some stuff ready and a girl wanted to take my picture, so I looked up and I never look up when I'm cutting out. So I had to wrap my hand up and I didn't tell him for a year. And
I never knew
made
this
him
happened.
do the cooking. I put my hand in my pocket and I made him do the cooking the whole time.
Well, this
I
is a
said,
little more
"No,
hands-on
I'm
than I
teaching you,
wanted
so
to
you
do."
it. And then I went back outside and I'm pretty tough. I had a stapler and just stapled my arm back on. It was okay.
I never knew that until like a year later.
Yeah.
True story. Ooh, I love mint.
All right, now give that a little stirry stir.
It just smells so fresh.
Did I just hear it from over there? I did. I
Tony
heard
behind
that.
the camera is like,
Tony's getting down to the big sound come to you live from Flavortown.
I mean, this
we
is
go.
Flavor Town right here.
All right, so we ready to try this with these nice folks?
Are y'all ready to eat? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're going to give you a little bit of this.
We're
You're
give
going to
you a
say
little.
to yourself, self, and you're not going to be able to say it because it's going to be too awesome. We're going to use those cups, JG, you think? What do
Yeah,
you
let's
think?
do some little mugs.
All right, we'll mug it out.
Mug it out.
We're feeling muggy.
Can I scoop it out with this?
No, I've got you a ladle.
I got a ladle.
Yeah.
So I want to know, as we're scooping this out, what are some of the recipes that you guys are making this summer? And grab the microphone over there and tell us some of the things that you're making for the summertime. What do you like to eat? First of all, introduce yourself too, because our viewers online don't know.
Not
they
too
don't know your
full, 'cause
beautiful
we gotta
name.
put more stuff in it.
Oh, there's more stuff.
Don't
on
ever do
it.
that again.
Oh, sorry.
Don't ever let that happen again.
That one's ruined forever.
Well, all right, now the show's off. We're off the
There.
air.
You can
Second show, we're gone. Okay, that's
tell
all
us
right.
your name and maybe what you're cooking this summer. What are your family and friends like?
Well, my family loves to grill out a lot, and so we've been doing a lot of steaks and chicken and grilling squash and zucchini and peppers on the grill.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I love this stuff. And I love when I start cooking my steaks, before I start cooking them, I actually soak them in water for 30 minutes before I put them, my marinade or anything on them. It gives it back some of the taste back to the natural taste of the beef or the chicken. And it is so good. I mean, I have friends that call and ask me, what is your recipe? And I will literally show them my recipe, but they don't never come out like our steaks do.
Well, good, because you want to be the nice hostess. You want to give them your secrets, but you don't want them to duplicate what you're actually
right.
doing there.
Well, I'd
Always
love for
leave
them to.
one thing out, like the steak.
Well, I have some
sorry.
friends
Put
that
that in
say
there well.
that we do leave something out of the recipe.
You got to leave a little something out, right?
That's right. All right. So what
about
I put
everybody
in
else?
here too is a little frozen piece of watermelon.
Oh, so you just create it, and this
Yeah,
looks
you can use
beautiful.
creme fraiche or you can use sour cream on this. I use sour cream today. We can make creme fraiche or you can buy it, and it's just a real pretty little
fraiche.
dish. Beautiful stuff.
So can I deliver these?
Would you please?
I will be glad to deliver this to our beautiful audience over here.
And they are beautiful. I want to hear more about what everybody's cooking.
Grab a spoon. I'll let y'all pass
Well,
those around.
What have you been cooking?
I'm Yolanda Young, founder
Hey,
and
Yolanda.
owner of Coconut Butt.
I feel like I've known you all my life,
You have.
or at least for 10 minutes.
There you go. What are you cooking, Yolanda?
Well, this summer it's been a mix of potluck. Hey kids, come inside and get some sandwiches. Hey kids. But we don't eat dairy in my home. We don't. We're all organic. Thank you. All organic, no dairy, no canned foods, no what is it? No pork, light beef. Although during the summertime, hamburgers are a must.
You got to have some hamburgers in the
Got to.
summertime.
And ribs. What is the summertime without a good beef barbecue rib? Really? But what else do we have this summer? Whatever the kids decide they want. It's just pretty much a
That's
summer
what you do.
potluck. Yeah,
You can
like,
put some
hey,
little, I
whatever
forgot to
you
put
want
shrimp
to do.
on there.
Well, we got to have some shrimp on it.
You want to go out there and put a shrimp on each one?
Yes.
Shrimp them up, dude.
We got to have some shrimp.
We forgot to give you the shrimp.
As I'm delivering the shrimp, I'm going to let you start tell us a little bit about this kangaroo story. It's time for a good
Well,
story
while
here.
you're delivering shrimp, let me tell you a little bit about the kangaroo story. So years ago,
It's so fresh, right?
when I was a young bull, I had done very well in martial arts, and I had just returned. I'd won a big championship, and I came back. And so there was a circus coming to town, and they asked me, they said, as a champion, would you please be the MC, the ringmaster for our circus? I said, okay. They said, well, that also entails you fighting a kangaroo. And I'm like, what? And they said, yeah, we want you to fight a kangaroo. And the first thing I'm thinking is of Sylvester the cat with his son saying there was a big mouse, but it was really a kangaroo. And I'm thinking, this ain't going to be good.
And we're looking at some of the, you guys can look at this monitor if you want to see some of the
check out the
pictures.
drawers there. I know y'all. That's me. So I go and I practice this kangaroo. Kangaroo won't do anything, won't even look at me. And so they said, tap your gloves, and he wouldn't fight. So they said, okay, we'll come back that night, we'll be ready. So I was the ringmaster, and everything was going well. And so then they said, okay, come, right before we go on, they said, come back, we'll try one more time, get him to fight. I said, but whatever you do, don't hit him. And I'm like, excuse me? And
Well,
this
yeah,
thing
if
is
you hit
6
it.
feet tall. And I said,
Animal cruelty.
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, no, you can't hit him. He won't fight anymore. I'm like, okay. So not that I was going to do it. I thought at least protect myself. So I get out there. I mean, and so we're practicing this kangaroo. He's looking at me like, really, dude? This ain't happening. Then we start walking out into the ring, and the band starts playing, and somebody goes, ding, ding. And within about a half a second, that kangaroo literally jumped off the ground onto my shoulders and is beating me like this. And I'm like, whoa. And I turn around and I'm ready to fight. And that thing, it's just like in the cartoons. He jumps back on his tail. He looks at his trainer like, I got this. And just kicks me. That was me lying in the ground. I mean, and so then I get up and he just keeps doing that. And I thought, this is not fun at all. And then you saw he attacked his trainer.
But it makes such a great story. Chef
Oh, it's
Mark
awesome.
Pollard.
And I would. I know.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would have to hit back.
I just took it.
I don't know.
I just took it.
You just took it like a man.
And then it reminded me of another cartoon. Notice I do like old cartoons. You know when Wile E. Coyote is trying to steal the sheep, and it's Sam and Ralph, and he'd clock in, hello Sam, hello Ralph. They're friends right before they clock in. Because as soon as we walked out, it's like that kangaroo looked at me and said, you want to go get a bite to eat? Maybe a cheeseburger or something? That was pretty fun, wasn't it? I mean, he was like hugging me and like putting his head on my shoulder. I'm like, oh no.
He's
oh,
like,
no.
he
We are
knows
not
when
friends.
it's showtime.
That's
when
right.
it's showtime.
But
Okay,
then I
so
was kind of afraid to make him mad, so.
I love that story. I'm glad that we finally got.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
heard
good
the
one.
story. I just never seen the picture, so I'm glad we finally got some visual
But
proof.
you really
of
like
that
the pants
happening.
I was wearing, didn't you?
Those are great.
Yeah,
Those are
everybody
sharp.
needs to wear those.
Up the
Everybody.
side. We're gonna run the animation so we can do our audience taste
Okay.
test. So pick
Okay.
up the microphone over there and go down the road and tell me what you think about this dish.
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Were you a little
love it.
reluctant about any of the flavors? Because I'm not a sweets and like savory person together, but
I like sweet and savory. And so this is definitely sweet and savory.
was that something you'd make at home? You know, would you try it? Is it intimidating? How?
No, it's not intimidating, so I would try it. I really would try it.
Well, great. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not a hard dish. How about you guys down there?
All right, Yolanda.
All
Here
right.
it comes.
Now, you know, I told you I'm not the peppers lover.
Right.
So I absolutely hate it. No, I'm just joking. It's actually pretty good, and I'm going more off of taking more of the juice,
Right.
and not really eating the peppers themselves. But the flavors are marinated so
They just go so
great.
well together.
Yes, they are.
Well, thank
Got a
you.
little jalapeno all up in my.
Just a
Watermelon.
little something, something. You're not going to get mad at me, are you?
I am the one that usually. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm the one that usually hates anything hot. Like anything past pepper. I tell the kids anything that's hotter than pepper. If you hand it to me, it's a problem.
Right.
This, we might be friends.
I feel better. Thank you.
Oh, we're friends now, honey. We're going to bed
Are
with
we
this
tired?
one.
All right.
Oh, yes.
That's all like Donkey Kong now.
We're going to bed on this one. This is good, baby.
That's pretty good stuff, isn't it?
It is. Oh gosh, I love the crunchiness in it. I love the sweetness. Everything about it is just awesome.
What do you think about the shrimp being with it?
I like it.
That one you had to
good
think about a
on the
little
top.
bit. It's a little different.
It's a little different, but I like it.
Yeah.
I just like the watermelon. Everything about it.
I mean, you could do it without the shrimp. That's just a like
Oh,
little
I throw
something,
shrimp in there and anything else I can.
And that little fella keep on swimming.
But now this one right here is going to be the one to tell you
All
whether
right,
she
here it
likes it or
comes.
not.
Here it comes
Because this
now.
is my daughter.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. How
I
you?
think I'm gonna have to go with Yolanda and say it's just terrible that we
I'm
can't
going
take
downstairs
more
now.
of it home.
Oh, see?
It
Because
is
we got to
good.
get rid of it as fast as we can.
And say somebody's
got
gonna
some-
distract you and the other one's gonna take it, and we're gonna split it out in the parking lot.
Well, I am glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear
We
that
love
you
it
liked
when
it.
try something different. Maybe something that we're
Yeah,
not
something.
used
When
to.
a good thing comes together,
Trust me, when you got her to like it, it's good.
there you
Because
go.
if I fix something and she don't like it, she says, "Mama, what'd you do to it?"
Well, I guess she doesn't have cameras on her at home, so I guess maybe that's a little bit of a.
Now, I will tell you, this is
No, it is good.
when something like this comes up, this is where Linda, my wife, she'll look at me, okay, don't change it. Don't
change it.
Change it.
It-
Because
That's
I
exactly
will
what I
do that.
tell
I'll be like,
her. I'm like,
well, maybe
it's
next
great.
time
Don't
I'll-
change it, and she'll change
yeah,
it the
maybe
next
I'll
time.
put a kangaroo in it next time instead of shrimp.
Just leave it
So,
alone.
just
Okay,
leave it
so they're
alone.
telling us that
Okay.
we need to move along to
All
our,
right.
our final one. And
Okay.
so what else are we going to make?
Okay, so real quickly, sticking with we're going to stick with, we're going to do that next?
Let's do this next.
Okay,
Yes.
what I've got is I made a tomato watermelon salad with a little bit of mint and basil, a little sherry vinegar. And then what we're going to finish it off with is a little bit of feta cheese just over the top to give you an acid to it. So this one's pretty easy. You know, it's funny because I used to teach a lot of classes on Southern foods, and as you may or may not know, for years people didn't eat tomatoes. It was considered a nightshade, which meant it was something that would had a lot of alkali in it and it would kill you. And that's what they thought, that it would kill you. And then somebody got real smart and said, made her sandwich.
Probably I had to be a Southerner, right?
That's right, that's right. And so they started eating tomatoes, and then they realized that it was not a throwaway food, which it's actually not a vegetable, it's a fruit.
Huh.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we'll sprinkle a little of that. Give that a little rinse, and then let's just toss this up. You don't really need to because it's still watermelon. But I love the flavors of this with, I've got a sherry vinegar in here, a little bit of olive oil in here. Now, if you'll just give that a little stir.
I love tomatoes. I could eat this tomatoes like with nothing else on them, just
and
a
all
raw
these
tomato.
things are fresh. All these things are local. You can get this stuff local. You can
Farmers market.
Yeah, farmers market. There are lots of great stores. One of my friends, two of my friends work in one of them. They're just great, and they do a lot of local
Grocery.
stuff. Swamp Rabbit, my pal Chef Season Step, and my wonderful pal Julie. They are just awesome, awesome people, and they can take care of that. So let's give them a little bit of this. And like I said, I've got a little fresh mint on here as well. You may notice a little bit of culmination of flavors, a relationship of flavors there. I just invented that. Oh my gosh, see what you did.
I turned on the stove again.
You did. Try not to ever let that happen again.
That happens so many times.
Now, we'll give them that, and then we'll do this real quick. I'm gonna.
Sounds good.
While JG is doing that, we're gonna take a little bit of romaine. What I did is I just made a black bean salsa. You can use fresh black beans if you want to. You can soak them and cook them. Be quite honest, for this particular salsa, you can buy a nice canned black bean and just rinse them off. I did use fresh corn in here. I do have peppers in here. I've got some scallion and a little bit of cilantro to give it that peppery flavor and a little bit of acid there. And then just a little bit of heat. Like I said, I'm not one that really likes to fight my food either. I just want a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this romaine just real quick like. We'll cook like
and fast.
Yeah. I was talking like I was from someplace.
You're welcome.
All right, so if we just have like a few little plates, we'll just put a little bit of this on it. You could, if you have some pretty romaine leaves, do it that way. Are y'all getting crazy over there?
Did it have a little juice on it?
Oh, there you go, there you go. All right, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And this, quite honestly, this could go without the lettuce if you want. I'm just doing it to kind of make it look pretty. But it's whatever you like. It's whatever you like. When you make this, toss it around. To be quite honest, it's best if it sits overnight, I think, because it just kind of makes it look. What this is really good with is something like a baked pita chip or corn chip, something like that.
So you can put it out for game day if you
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I've done it for lots of game days. That I can promise you, because I show no fear. That's pretty happening, isn't it?
Why is it so good, you say?
All right. We'll take a couple of those. If you want to take these out, and I'll give you the next one, so I'll move faster.
I have very little to do with it. He's just that talented.
All I wanted left in my life before I meet my reward was to come work with JG, and here I am.
Right.
So now, Calgon, take me away.
Calgon, take me away.
That's right. So let's put a little bit of salad on here for them.
Everything looks so beautiful and so fresh, and I love that you're doing like a lot.
Thank you. And that's really, it's so nice this time of year. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'll give you that one. And then a little more on this little fella right here. There we go.
Yum, yum, yum.
And there we go. Oh, that little bean got away, but that's all right.
Bean got away, but we'll let it ride.
Let that bad boy ride. Okay, how are we doing there?
Everybody enjoying everything? Really good. So,
that kind of hurts your feelings a little bit, won't it?
Hurt your feelings a little bit? Well, thank you guys. We're out of time. We could cook with you forever, but you can always visit him, like we said, at Ferguson on the good side of Woodruff Road.
That's right.
Ferguson.com has information. Be sure to write the Ferguson Showroom Greenville.
That's right.
Online as well. And for those that want to be in our beautiful studio audience, you can be a part of the third Cooking with JG. You can sign up right now at WSPA.com. Just find the Cooking with JG. Click there, and you can be right here enjoying this amazing food and with our amazing chefs asking some questions. Beautiful ladies, thank y'all so much for being a part of Cooking with JG.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time on Cooking with JG here at WSBA.com. And we'll see you hopefully soon in our studio audience. See you next time. Thank you, Chef Mark Pollard.
Thank you.